His eyes are crudely sewn shut. He's been brutally castrated. His body is covered in burns. You see his torso and along his back where his strips of flesh have been peeled away. And the whole time, his head is racked back in pain as he's screaming. His arms and legs are the worst sight. It looks as though all of his joints have been broken violently. And he's bolted with metal bolts into this harsh-looking wooden X on top of this palanquin. The X itself is affixed to the top of the palanquin by just very haphazardly pounded nails. It's been nailed down to the top. And you still have an action.
I have a bonus action. Shit. Oh man, after seeing what happened to Nodal, I don't know if I want to try this. Oh god, I'm scared. Wait, do I still have access to my spells? Do I still have access to Healing Word here?
Yeah. Everyone can use all those spells with no problem.
No, but his spells are divine, not arcane.
Oh,
Yeah.
I see.
Yeah, do I still have access to Healing Word here?
Nobody knows the answer to that question.
How
I
close
do.
is
I
Limbo
just
to
have
Mount
to look it up
Celestia?
real quick.
Well, no, because Mahogany just cast Healing Word, which is a divine spell for him too, right?
Yeah, but
Right.
I'm from the out.
He's much higher level.
Oh,
Yeah.
gotcha.
And he's much closer to his home plane.
Yeah.
Mahogany
I'm a
is
cheater.
one plane away from his realm, and Liberation is 2 planes away.
Yeah.
Which means
so
you lose
probably-
2 spell levels, essentially.
Which means all I got is my cantrips. So, and you said it's nailed to the structure, the St. Andrew's cross.
It looks like these little fiend monkey creatures were tasked with nailing it down, and it's very crudely nailed with metal spikes, very inexpertly.
Okay.
This whole construction looks very chaotic and haphazard.
I'm gonna see if I can't pry the cross away from the structure.
Make a strength check.
Okay. Uh, 12.
12. How are you getting leverage? I mean, like, are you going around one of his legs? Are you trying to, like, put your back up against the center and push up? How are you
Yeah,
trying
that's
to...
what. Yeah, so I was trying to just get my back up against it.
And it doesn't come free, but the whole structure groans under the strength of your shoulders pushing up and away. And some of the nails start groaning and coming loose. With enough effort, it looks like you might be able to pop them free in a few more moments.
I'll shout to Serenity. Catch it before he falls down.
And
I see your
also,
lips
there's
moving.
still nothing to breathe there.
Oh, right. That's right.
Riot, what's up?
There are no more living visible enemies, are there? We
There
just
is
killed the last of the monkeys.
One extremely wounded monkey laying prone on the crumbling ground next to the palanquin.
Okay, no one cares about him. I'm going to try and make a 15-foot circle of ground around me.
Okay. Make an intelligence check.
Yeah. What's the DC on this?
It is 10.
I hate you. Dividing line. It's an 8.
Well, I don't know what... The dice
Why are
are
the
standing
dice
on
doing
the
You
place.
could just as easily call that a 20, but the game thinks it's an 8.
The good news is you don't feel this extreme alien pushback anymore.
Mm-hmm.
The bad news is Limbo's still messing with you.
Yeah. So, since that failed, I'm going to use my movement to go over to Kelian's bubble.
Okay. And that's going to let Limbo do its thing. And the cooled stone of this magma bridge starts collapsing away into dust very, very rapidly, to the point where the palanquin shifts to one side, now not having anything to stand on. Serenity, you feel the ground beneath your feet just evaporate. Now you're just floating amidst this cloud of smoky dust. That is the last round, if my bookkeeping is correct, that Serenity can breathe without ill effects.
Isn't 5 minutes 50 rounds?
Oh, it's 5 minutes, right.
Yeah, it's Liberation who's got the 1 minute timer.
Right, I was going by Liberation's timer. Yes, you can keep going. It is Kelian's turn.
What happened to that mound of earth that was charging towards me? Did it pass on by?
It will, yeah.
It hasn't passed on by yet? Alright.
It will no longer crash into you and kill you both.
Okay. Because what would it take for me to get where... I'm trying to visualize the space. Where is Mahogany right now, as opposed to where Serenity and Liberation are?
I'm very far below you at the moment.
Yeah, he's like down left.
He's down left.
I will be at your level in just a moment because of being the best.
Okay. Okay. What about Serenity and Liberation?
The bridge they were standing on has started to turn to actual literal dust. So Liberation still has ground because this wooden palanquin is starting to list in space. Serenity is now standing on nothing.
I will move as far as I can without leaving Riot behind.
Okay.
Towards them.
I'll say that if Riot makes a similar move on her turn, you guys can reach their position.
Yeah, that's fine. I don't really have anything else to do with my turns right now.
Mahogany, what's up?
I'm okay, so right now I'm like on this raft that's covering the top of this like spout of water.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to add water to the area that I'm in, and then also above me, such that the raft floats quickly to the top of the giant tunnel. Like, I'm basically making a water elevator from Minecraft.
I've also played Zelda.
Yeah. And this is why I wasn't worried about the air, because I'm just breathing this water.
So now Mahogany is no longer down left. Now he's just left.
Yeah, and I'm going to use my actual movement to run over to the side of the raft, and kind of extend the raft such that it becomes a wooden bridge that I can run across the water on over to the others. And that's going to be my movement.
Serenity.
Serenity is going to attempt to chaos shape a simple mountain path under her feet up to the man on the cross and a pair of sturdy steel bolt cutters in her hands.
Okay. Go ahead and make that intelligence check.
11?
On the 11, you can either have the large mountain path or you can have the bolt cutters.
Am I falling or anything from the lack of ground right now?
There's nowhere to fall to. There's no gravity.
Okay. Bolt cutters, throw them to El Cyclone. That's my turn.
Liberation
leverage to throw
catches
something.
these bolt cutters.
Spin.
I
So-
love space.
I'm going to go ahead. There's no real need to be on initiative anymore, I don't think. Liberation, what's your next intention here?
Can I cut these bolts with the bolt cutters?
You can, but probably not without also causing injury to the man.
Yeah, that's what
Because
I
these
thought.
bolts, I mean, he's got 2 in his lower leg, 2 in his upper leg, 2 in his lower arm, 2 in his upper arm.
Okay, can I assert control over the space around me?
If you... Not while also trying to pull the cross free.
Okay, I'm gonna stop.
You can do
I'm
one or
gonna
the other.
stop on that. I'm gonna stop on that, and I'm going to assert control over this. So at least I have space to breathe and such.
So what do you create?
Father Mondo Soup Kitchen.
All right, make an intelligence check.
Do you make the soup?
No soup, but I do get it on a 19 plus 2 is a 21.
And all of you watching see Liberation and the Screaming Man disappear into Father Mondo's soup kitchen, which is now floating there in limbo space. And you can smell the somewhat sickening odor of their daily soup flowing from within.
Smells good.
At this moment, Liberation, this palanquin with the cross on it is sitting in the center of the soup kitchen. And the man has stopped screaming. And now he's just breathing very rapidly and very heavily. And his head is lolling back and forth. As though
Can I
he
get
has...
him to eat a good berry?
Can you get him to eat a good berry? Do you have a good berry to give him?
That's the question. Did Mahogany think to give us good berries?
You always have good berries. You have 3. 3 is the number.
So you
3
put a-
is the number that you have.
You put a good berry in his mouth?
Yep.
Okay. And as you do, I mean, you put the good berry in, you hold his mouth closed, massage his neck like you would a dog, and he starts groaning and shuddering violently on the cross as though it's hurting him. And when his mouth opens again, he's frothing a little bit, and you see the smashed berry on his tongue, and the inside of his mouth is now irritated.
I'll shout,
Discolored.
little help here!
Liberation yells at you all from inside the soup kitchen. So what happens
Yeah, we
next?
can't hear him because there's no air between us and them.
Yeah.
Kelian would make his way towards the soup kitchen now.
Yeah.
Yeah, Serenity's gonna try and stabilize a path to the soup kitchen at this point.
I'm just gonna slide over to Serenity and pick her up on my sweet raft.
Who is going to concentrate on keeping the kitchen locked down?
I'll do it.
Okay, roll it. Roll it or don't roll it, whatever.
Whatever. 14.
Okay.
Serenity's gonna take the bolt cutters from Liberation and say we should cut him free before we heal him. Otherwise, I don't even want to think about what would happen.
If you cut him free, it's just going to hurt him some more, and we need to get him. I don't know what.
So you'd rather have him heal these wounds heal over the bolts? And she snaps the first one shut or open.
Okay. And, I mean, these bolts are so flush with his skin that wedging them in and cutting them is difficult to do without also snipping off portions of flesh. It's grisly work, but you managed to get him free of the bolts, and now he's got just these bloody holes through his arms and legs. It looks like the actual bones of his extremities are intact, but the joints have been pulverized. So his shoulders, his knees, his elbows, and his wrists.
I'm gonna set up an aura vitality,
Okay.
and let's see what happens here.
How many of those you got, Nick?
This is a 68.
68.
Yep.
Why don't you go ahead and roll the healing for it? That's what, like 50 d10s?
I'm not.
It
I'm,
is- I'm gonna.
Before you roll this, is it your intention to get everybody in this aura? Let's make that call first.
Yeah.
Okay.
Alright, well, he'd be able to tell after the first healing if this...
Yeah, after the first tick, we'll know what happens.
Yeah.
And just to be clear, I'm basically not a cleric here, right? Like my cleric powers don't apply.
Aura Vitality you still cast as a bard spell, don't you?
No, it is, but I'm asking about my cleric powers.
oh yeah, his
He has, like,
class
class
ability.
abilities.
Yeah, I have like class abilities.
Yes, you are 2 planes away from Osprum's realm.
Okay.
So which means you lose 2 spell casting levels. And I
And
think
all
you've
my
only got
powers.
1.
Does he keep anything that's not a spellcasting ability?
Everything that's not a spell casting ability is unaffected.
Oh,
Okay,
really?
so you...
So yeah,
you
shape shifting, channel divinity,
just-
all that kind of stuff is fine. It's just
Yeah,
spell
class
casting.
features are fine. It's just the spell
Then I should have been way better in the last place we went. Okay, so let's see here. Let's roll just one first and see what happens.
Put it against one of us.
This looks like an
Don't heal
8. I'm gonna heal. I'll heal myself because I took damage.
Okay, and you heal yourself for that amount?
I have 4 hit points.
Now I'm gonna roll the rest of it, which is some ridiculous number.
I say Mahogany soloed those two guys, but really Kelian did most of that work. Kelian did. A
Hey, that's
shitload of
wildly.
damage.
I lightning bolted those fuckers.
You loosened it for him.
You got rid of a lot of monkeys.
I loosened the jar.
Exactly.
Who do you apply healing to next?
I have to do a lot of math here.
Okay.
Don't talk to me for a second.
No problem. What else is... Actually, you know what? I'm going to run to the bathroom real quick while you guys are mathing, and then we will decide what to do with the most injured NPC I've ever introduced.
Good luck.
Mahogany. I'm now an NPC.
I wouldn't put it past Brick Road.
I was thinking for like a few brief seconds that this was
2, 3, 4,
Elduff?
7,
Yeah.
8, 9,
Me too.
12.
the whole fire thing.
Yeah.
No,
Everyone knows Eldov loves fire.
I didn't expect that for a second. The whole
Not
thing
that-
seemed pretty obvious to me.
Not the big evil guy.
No. I didn't expect. I expected it to be a tortured Gith Shaper.
No one knows what the fuck that is but you, Destil.
Right, exactly, and I don't know it in character, so. I also don't know what a
Well-
Gleaver Zoo is in character, but that doesn't stop me from hitting it with a hammer.
Elsie Clone was a Chaos Shaper. Nobody cares about that anymore.
Did you ever share that with any of us?
No. Because it never came up.
So,
I've got 124 healing left. I'm going to give this dude 20 of that. So I've got 104 healing left.
and he screams bloody murder as you apply the healing energy to him.
Weird.
You see some of the wounds on his body open up and start seeping pus and blood.
Maybe stop doing that.
Yeah, okay.
Can I
I need
medicine check
72 of that.
Okay, then
Anybody
you can have all of that then. So now I've got 32 left.
I'm down 40.
Then you can have the rest.
Liberation. Go ahead and make a medicine check.
Okay. +3 to this.
Rack my memory here. Tell me what you got in the medicine check, and then I'll have another check for somebody else to make.
8. That's
An
not
8.
good.
Okay. I know Elsie Clone is dead. Serenity and Mahogany, going off memory. Both of you make an Arcana check.
Uh-oh. That's related to knowing
14.
things.
14?
Uh,
There it goes. It's gone.
I die. Oh!
Serenity, you have been on the receiving end of infernal wounds.
Yep.
And the ones you had were mild. They did not heal naturally. They required magical healing. But looking at the wounds that this man has received, how he's got these holes through his arms and legs where these bolts are going that are seeping this congealed blood. He is covered head to toe in these kind of wounds. The creatures that were torturing him are very, very good at inflicting a lot of pain without killing their target. That's what you're dealing with here. Liberation, you messed up your medicine check. You get nothing.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Well,
how do we
it's
get rid of
definitely nothing
that?
normal healing will handle. I don't know if you have a restoration or anything, Mahogany. I honestly don't know what to do about it. Some sort
Yeah,
of
I do have something. I'm trying to figure out what.
Look at
some sort of
Right.
infernal,
Right,
probably.
we'll point out that we are headed toward an order of sages. They may know what to do with them.
Sure, but there's no reason to leave him in pain until we get there. If I can fix it,
Yeah, that's true.
Can you fix it?
I don't. We'll see.
Kelian will lay his hands on one of the wounds and use lesser restoration.
That's your
It's a
Racial?
racial ability, yeah. I love my racial abilities.
I used my racial ability.
Everyone forgets that Kelian can do this kind of shit, and Kelian
Kelian's
hates
a
doing
good
it.
guy.
Yeah.
As you do, the man's hollering and yelping kind of reduces down to just a slow whimper. You definitely haven't closed any wounds. I mean, he still has these necrotic flaps of skin that are opening up on his body in response to Riot's healing word. But it looks like you've balmed him of something in his system, and it looks like he's calmed down to the point where he's entered a kind of restless sleep.
Serenity going to look around at the room. Is this you, Liberation? You're holding the place up?
Yeah, I got this.
Can you give us a nice, gentle breeze behind us and a boat with a sail? I don't want to try and move him.
Makes sense.
You're going to turn the restaurant into a sailboat?
Yep. And turn the soup kitchen into a boat.
And because you've seen those pictures of like people like build a sailboat and put a fan on the deck. Like, look at this. But that actually works in Limbo. Why wouldn't it?
Why wouldn't it?
So you erect a sail on top of the soup kitchen and a nice breeze behind, and now you're making excellent time. Do you do anything else with the man before you arrive at your destination?
I don't know if anybody else has any spells that.
Yeah, all I can do.
Well, if he's now cured of the thing, I can try to heal him.
I don't think he is, though.
I don't think
think
he
he's. Yeah.
Otherwise, I can try to greater restoration him if he's not cured.
The only thing I might be able to try is Dispel Magic, if this is some magical effect that's hurting him.
Well, let's see if he's cured of the thing first, because he did seem to calm down when he got lesser restoration. He just didn't get healed, which we didn't expect him to.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, let's heal him for the smallest amount possible by giving him a good berry.
Okay, and it has the same effect as the one Liberation gave him earlier.
Alright, then I'm going to try to greater restoration him.
Okay, now here's what you can do with Greater Restoration. First, you can roll percentile.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, Nodal.
What's wrong with that? Dude, we knew it was a
This is fun.
spell.
Nothing's wrong with
this-
anything.
This is fun.
No, this is no, everything's great in Limbo.
There it goes! Woo!
I rolled a
Okay.
53.
So there's 5 things you can do with Greater Restoration. You have to decide which you'd like to do. This man is suffering from many different things. You can reduce his exhaustion level. You can end a charm or petrification effect, which doesn't look like this is inflicting him. You can remove a curse, including attunement to a magic item. You can restore a lost ability score, or you can eliminate an effect, reducing his hit point maximum
I'm going to go with a curse.
with a curse. And what happens next might be one of the most disgusting things you've ever seen in your life.
Okay.
Mahogany, you pray to Lou to help this poor soul, and he's got these gaping wounds. These bolts have been fitted all the way through his extremities. While you were working him over, the wounds were just holes through his legs, right up against the bones. As soon as you cast Greater Restoration, as soon as you pull whatever malevolent curse you feel is afflicting him, all of these wounds begin to bleed a lot.
Good.
Blood starts to seep out of his eyes. It starts to form up at the corner of his mouth. His back arches backwards and he starts having convulsions.
Good. It seems to me that I'm... Well, listen, he was fucked up, and he wasn't bleeding. And that's not natural.
I'm just...
This is better than it was.
Listen, I understand what you're saying, but if I decide to make a highlight where I describe the man and then you say good and then I cut the video there...
Yeah.
Mahogany is a neutral druid.
Can we slide him to neutral evil now? Is that
So here's the issue. What happens next, or else this man is dead?
All right, now I'm going to attempt to heal him
With what?
with a healing word.
Okay.
Basically, I'm just trying to heal him as fast as possible.
Before that, I need somebody to make a medicine check.
I got a +3 to it, and that's it.
I got a +4.
I will let one of you
two.
make. I'll let one of you make the check at advantage if you are going to have it.
Oh, yeah.
We're
Yeah.
trying to figure out who has the highest medicine.
Yeah.
I have a +3, but I don't think I can make the check.
All right,
+2.
I'll aid you. I'll aid you, Riot.
Okay, so you're gonna aid me. Do I have time to cast a enhanced ability, or is he gonna die like right now?
You can. I'll let you do that. That's fine.
Okay. Yeah. So
Well, then
I'll,
I don't even have to aid you then.
Oh yeah,
Well,
yeah.
that just gives you advantage.
There's no reason enhance ability.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I'm not going to do that.
There's that non-cipher bonus.
Okay, so making this at advantage, and I got my +4 to medicine.
That's good.
Oh yeah,
It's even better.
19.
19. Riot and Liberation set to work binding these wounds, putting tourniquets where appropriate, trying to staunch the blood. And once they feel they've got him stabilized, Mahogany, go ahead and healing word.
Alright, now I'm going to healing word. So which means I have to roll a percentile.
Yep.
I'm glad you still have healing words left because I do not have Aura Vitalis left.
I have so many healing words left if this works.
It's
might
a whole
also kill
dictionary.
This could very well kill him.
61?
I have good news and bad news.
Uh-huh.
The good news is it looks as though his wounds are starting to heal. The bad news is the place where they're healing has a really trippy floral pattern. Where the skin pulls together over the bolt holes, where the burn marks start to get alleviated on certain parts of his body.
How do we know it wasn't always like that?
You now have a tie-dye Githzeray.
He's alive. It's fine.
He's
right?
alive.
Whatever.
That's
We have a
Whatever.
Hipsterai.
No, a hipster eye has a big beard and drinks craft beer. In the distance, after another hour or so of travel, you see your destination, and it's this squat little tower. And it's perched on just a large earthberg with a moat of ice around it. I hear you come in your restaurant ship.
Actually, I feel like I need to mention also, because this is really dumb.
Oh no.
But Mahogany learned from his former thing, and he's like, well, why don't we just have two things? And so there's been a stupid river of water, like a lost puppy, following the restaurant ship the entire time.
Roll percentile.
Alright? $87.
Okay. So what's next? Well, let me ask this. What's the plan to slow this restaurant ship down?
I figure we can just remove the water, or remove the sail anyway.
remove the sail.
Now, as you approach closer to the tower, it's not particularly large, but it has an odd shape, and it has, it looks like two main floors, and then a couple of tower levels. A large one in the center that ends in a dome shape at the top, and then a smaller tower beyond it. On the highest main floor of the tower, there's an outdoor area, like a big, like a landing.
Mhm.
Actually, I can do you one better.
You have a nice picture for us?
I do.
Oh, snap.
That's a comforting blue, though.
I was expecting you not to come into the landing platform, so this isn't covered up. Just pretend like this is all covered up.
Okay.
So this area here where it says 16, also I forgot to delete the grid lines in the middle of this map. I just now noticed that, and I'm embarrassed.
I like the grid lines.
Shut up.
Red lines are fine.
So you've got this like little 20-foot square landing platform. Other than that, it's stone walls around the exterior of the tower, or you can land on the earthberg beneath it. Around this earthberg is a large moat of ice.
And how close could I get the restaurant to the?
There's not enough space on the earthberg for the tower and the restaurant, but the restaurant, I mean, you could stop it nearby and then make yourself a disgusting raft bridge.
Yeah, we could do that.
How's the soup in the restaurant?
There is no soup. Soup has organic molecules. You can't make soup.
What about stone soup?
You can make hot water.
Serenity is going to lash together a couple of
Tables.
javelins to build a basic stitch. What's the thing called that you carry a person on?
Stretcher.
Stretcher. For some reason, that word escaped me.
A litter, maybe.
Yeah, literally. That's
Yeah.
exactly what I was thinking of.
Okay.
Mostly because I don't necessarily trust chaos matter when dealing with it's delicate, rather something that won't
You could just repurpose
flake out under me.
repurpose the crucifixion device he was bolted to.
Yeah.
Actually, yeah, I could use that for the... Yeah, that's
No.
probably better than a javelin.
No, it's
Just to
magic
take-
as shit. It's magic as shit,
Oh,
Serenity.
okay.
You haven't identified it, right?
We saw
No,
it
but-
glow.
We saw it glow and absorb
right.
damage.
Right. Okay. Then.
So
never
what
mind.
was done with that cross? Let me ask that. Is it just hanging out here?
I just threw the. I'd say we as soon as we got him off of, say we threw it out into the.
Kelian would not want that.
No.
Well, what are we gonna do with it, Kelian? We're not gonna keep it with us forever.
Did Keelan keep the bolts?
No.
Solution bag?
I
I
won't
don't
say
want
solution
that.
bag.
My opinion is solution bag or throw it out.
That's too big
Chuck
too big to fit in the solution bag.
Let's just check it out.
Yeah, after seeing what happened with Polymorph Spell, I'm on team check it out.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
I
you
wanna
ditched
fix
that. You've
that
left
thing.
it behind. It's floating out in
Yeah.
limbo space, and it'll eventually dissolve into nothingness.
I'm good with that.
It's not our problem.
How do you guys approach this tower?
White flag. Come in peace.
We can literally just make a white flag.
Yep.
It's easy.
I mean, are you going to go in through the front entrance, or are you going to come in through the second floor landing? So I know
I'm
which,
okay with-
which map to do.
I'm okay with doing the front entrance,
Yeah.
just because it seems a little rude.
Yeah. A little bit.
What? What is this place? Like, are we trying? Were we trying to get here, and I just
Yes.
don't remember that?
Yeah, this is the
Yes.
Alkayandak Order headquarters.
Oh, okay. Yeah, front landing then.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
quest is that Korenu wants you to scope out these Alkayandak guys. He thinks that they're connected to the game because when you were talking to him about the game, he recalled one of their order being at his holdfast. And depending on how you handle this particular mission will determine whether or not he gives you the keys to the prime material world he's from.
Yeah, I rememred all that. I just thought that they were in limbo somewhere. I didn't know about.
It's a nice
Stronghold.
recap for the viewers though.
Yes.
They were
thank you.
asking questions about Khalil, weren't they?
Maybe
Sure.
I think.
If I remember right.
No, because he definitely would have remembered that. What he
Oh,
recalls them saying is talking about some game and players.
Okay.
But that's what made him think of them. No, if they were asking about Khalil, he would have dealt with it much sooner.
There are any sentries or anything like that?
There are not. And in fact, as you guys bring the restaurant boat to a stop, and you create a gangplank touching down, these two large double doors open up.
I am really not liking this.
I'm fine with it.
Dude, it's just doors.
Yeah.
It's polite doors.
So, Serenity, you're carrying the unconscious, broken Githzerai with you?
Yep.
Okay. Now, when you enter these doors, this is a solid wall coming in. The place is made of very unassuming looking stone. Whoever built this place here in Limbo obviously was not paying much attention to the aesthetics of the thing. Very simple, unadorned wooden doors to your left and right. Actually, I like this map because it shows you which direction the doors open. And then another set of double doors opening forward. But there's nobody here to greet you.
How long did it take to get here? Did we get a short rest?
Not
It was
yet.
like an hour.
Or, yeah.
So,
Yeah, you can take a short rest if you want.
okay, cool.
So, because this is limbo, someone has to be focusing on maintaining this building, right?
Not
Right, I
necessarily.
think permanent structures are different, but I'm not sure how.
Okay.
There is a planner sect on Limbo called the Anarchs Guild. And they are made of extremely talented chaos shapers, and they have the ability to maintain things without concentrating on them.
Oh.
They
So-
they basically do what you guys were doing, except they do it without having to think about it.
So if they're concentrating on something, does that mean that we can't affect it similar to... If they're not concentrating on something, rather?
That's a good question.
Hello?
Hello.
You call out. Let me get my NPC list here. You hear
There's
a very...
air in this keep, I take it?
There is, actually. It's very crisp and cool as you walk in, very comfortable. Ahead of you, through the double doors, you hear the sound of sprinkling water. And you hear a very timid voice from beyond the double doors. And welcoming you inside. It sounds like a little girl speaking.
Okay. I'll go in.
We do good with little girls.
Yeah.
Nobody was going to make the joke until you started. So.
What? That's not weird. We haven't been tried to kill by a little girl yet, which is more than I can say for most descriptions of creature.
And in the center of the room, as Riot pushes the double doors open, there is this crystal pool in the middle with extremely clear water. A fountain is spurting up from the center of it, and it's kicking up quite a lot of froth and mist around the edges of the pool. And in this mist, you see a shape form, a shape of a young girl. And you can tell she's a gnome, because you have met many, many, many gnomes at this point. She looks young. Not as young as Cherry Ivy, but definitely not an adult. And her hair is dyed a very vibrant purple color. And she has a smile on her face, and she bids you all enter.
And I'll speak to her. So is the home of the Alkindai Quarter?
And you see the shape in the mist. The face nods affirmatively. And you can see that she can see you, because as Serenity's entering the room, dragging this stretcher along, you can see concern on her face. And she asks, "Is your friend healthy?"
No, do you have an infirmary?
Yeah, he needs severe medical attention, like right now.
And still with this concerned look, she nods. She asks, "For purposes of security, before we can send anyone down for aid, we do ask that each of you partake of the water of the pool."
Okay.
Okay.
What kind of cool stuff is it going to do?
Serenity's already drank a handful of the water.
Yeah.
Serenity's already down it.
And she has another handful ready to drip into the mouth so they get questionably at the gnome.
Okay.
Does she
She
indicate that Serenity should give it to the man, or
She's waiting patiently. She nods. She gives you a little nod.
then I'll pour a little bit of it into his mouth?
Yeah, it's
Kelian?
like
Seeing
sweet
nothing
water.
happen to Serenity, I'll drink some too.
Kelian asks why.
Liberation glares at Kelian.
She says it's a symbol. She says that by doing this, the Order will know whether you are friends or foe.
I'll take a mouthful. I'll take a handful of water.
Kelian raises an eyebrow.
Riot,
Mhm.
Liberation, Serenity, and Mahogany. I need a Constitution saving throw.
I'm good at that.
Normally I'm pretty good at it. Don't
Dang
let me
it.
point that.
17.
Oh, I fail.
Yeah, I fail.
Riot. Is that the second con save that Serenity's failed?
Yeah, I got
Wow.
a 4 and a 2 respectively.
I've got a disgusting plus number, and I also fail.
Riot.
Yeah.
The water was ice cold and crystal clear and extremely refreshing.
Mhm.
But as you swallow it, you realize something about the flavor or the viscosity. Something strikes you as very off about the water that you just drank. The face in the mist is still looking at Kelian. The rest of you notice nothing out of the ordinary. Serenity, did
What
you give
about
some to
the-
the patient?
Yeah, I did.
Okay. And he's still out cold, but you managed to
Okay.
get some quantity down his throat.
Now I don't know how this water works. I just want to remind Ricker that I have a ring of mind shielding.
I know.
Okay.
Nothing weird has happened with your brain.
Look,
Okay.
you and Kelian can stay here and debate for a while, but if you could lead me to that infirmary now.
And she says she would be happy to send someone down and retrieve your injured friend as soon as the Aasimar partakes.
Serenity's just going to glare at Kelian at that point.
Yeah, Liberation's glaring at Kelian too.
Kelian, drink the water or get back on the houseboat.
It's a soup kitchen boat. Serenity.
Well, it can't be a soup kitchen boat if it doesn't have any soup. That's just sense.
I smelled soup the entire time. I don't know about you, but I smelled soup. Kelian, drink.
Does everybody start chanting, chug, chug, chug?
Liberation is one step away from that right now.
Yeah, all
Cares to
right.
Drink the water. Feel free to leave.
All right.
Let's get a Constitution saving throw from Kelian.
13.
13, does that pass or fail? I guess I would know that, wouldn't I?
Yeah.
Kelian.
Tell me.
Yeah, great water.
Fuck.
You'd have seconds.
Sure,
As Kelian
okay.
partakes, the gnomish girl in the water, she smiles, very friendly-like. And she says, "Someone will be down shortly." And then you hear the double doors behind you slam shut.
The one
you
friendly doors that we met.
And you start hearing a rattling sound echoing from the hallway behind you. Until now, the whole place had an ambient light. And standing there listening to the rattling sound, the light starts fading and fading away. Until soon you will be enveloped in darkness.
I'll cast
Seven hells.
British Flame.
Does
I
mine-
cast.
Everyone casts their light cantrip. I understand how this works.
Yeah.
No, I was about to say, does my dark vision kick in?
It would, yes.
Okay. Until these assholes blind me. with
It
that
doesn't go
shit.
completely dark in here, but it goes low enough that if you don't have dark vision, you wouldn't be able to see. But Kelian and Riot both produce light. And then... That's the wrong button. That's
The door
right
opens
button.
up and a skeleton punches Kelian in the face.
I like it. That was the spooky Halloween.
Ah!
Oh my god! Nodal, quit saying things like that.
Skeletons do indeed come from around
That's
the
not
corners.
on me.
No, that is clearly on you.
Oh, you say something in limbo and it happens.
No, that's Discworld. And I'm going to save the map just like that. I had a contingency plan for anybody who didn't drink the water, but that's the end of our session tonight.
But it turned out the party was 2/5 ciphers.
Once Serenity's like, yeah, I already drank half the fountain, I'm like, alright, this is going to go swimmingly. Which is great because the previous encounter went really complicated really quickly.
It did. It really did.
I will point out,
Uh-huh.
in my original notes, it wasn't a giant fireball that was shooting fireballs. But last week, Riot made such a big deal about not using the fire protection rings. I can't resist. It has to be a fireball now. Liberation, did you link your blog for this week?
I did write it, but I hadn't linked it yet. Let me go ahead and do that real quick.
And I will make a straw poll for our...
I'm so mad because I knew this was a trap. And I was just like, no, we're gonna go play along with the party.
Kelian, we all knew it was a trap.
Don't worry, I had a backup plan. You know?
Sure you did. The backup plan was Keeling gets locked outside and can't contribute to the battle.
Well, that might have been one of the backup plans.
Mahogany manifests a giant cannon, shoots the wall.
Just drink the chaos water, we'll be fine.
It wasn't chaos water, it was just regular water with, a little twist. It's just like squeezing a lime, it's fine. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and give out some experience here. We'll do our belief rundown in a moment.
Have you set up a straw poll?
I did. Oh, I didn't link it though, did I?
You didn't link it. I didn't see it in the chat, so I was like, what?
I mean, I can't be expected to do everything, right?
Liberation has to vote for himself.
Listen,
Yeah,
if I was a player in this campaign, I would vote for myself every week. Why wouldn't you?
I do not vote for myself. I just click on the results.
I'm teasing. I'm teasing.
I made it
only
very
vote if
clear
there's a tie.
in session number 1 that everybody can vote for themselves if they want. Doesn't matter.
I only vote in these things when there's a tie at the end.
Me too.
I have never voted on that straw poll, though. Alright, I gotta do a lot of adding. So while I'm doing this, you guys talk amongst yourselves, and you can be thinking about your belief rundown, and I'll be back in like 2 minutes.
So I just looked at my character sheet, and apparently I did not level Serenity up over the break. And at this point, I'm level 10 in EXP, but I'm still only level 8.
I was actually level 10 at the end of the last session, and
I
since
was too,
everyone else
apparently.
was level 10, since everyone else was level 9, I messaged Brick, and I'm like, yo, Brick, like, would it be easier to just keep me at level 9 for the next part? And he was like, yeah, just stay 9. So I would recommend to level yourself up to 9 and call it a day.
I'll just wait till... I mean, I'm not honestly that worried about it. The main thing I would get would be I'd get to roll 6 dice on my criticals instead of 4.
See, I would get broken as shit at 10, which is why I specifically made the offer of staying at 9. Because 10 is real fucked up for druids.
Is that your next wild shape boost?
Oh, I can turn into elementals who are all...
Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, everybody gets 1,600 experience for the encounter. That counts all of the Barl Guras, I don't know how to pronounce that word, you killed. You did not kill the Glabry Zoo, he got away. And I gave you some bonus experience for not killing the Githzerai. Last time you guys had a guy like this who was injured and dying, you're like, I'll snap his neck.
Did we?
Yeah.
Yes, you
Oh,
did.
that was an Osprey's temple.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was an
Yeah,
Osprey.
you totally did. He was pinned under that rubble. And he was
Oh, he
delirious and talking.
He sucked though.
This guy threw fireballs and cones of cold and shit at you.
Yeah, that was right as shit. The other guy just whined.
Oh, I'm dying. I can't
Oh
feel my
my.
leg.
We've got. We give one blip for the most creative solution to a problem this session.
I want to remind people that even though it didn't work, I thought the polymorph solution to a guy who was being pinned and casting fire was to render both those things possible. But it didn't work.
See, I was gonna vote for you, but because of confusing the monkeys, like that, that right there, confusing all of the monkeys, and you.
Let me put it this way: at the beginning of the encounter, I had 30 monkeys, and that confusion wrecked most of them.
Yeah.
They were killing each other, and
Yeah, so I'm gonna say confusion spell.
Yeah, I'm good with the confusion, honestly.
Yeah, that's really good.
Okay.
What about the second use of confusion, which...
was less-
less creative.
Don't bring that up.
Okay. We give one blip for the assist, who assisted, did the most to further the party's goals this week.
I feel like that was Mahogany's greater restoration. Like, he's the guy who got us, who got the Githzerai back on track.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm good with that.
Holy shit, we're awarding votes to the party healer.
We have one blip for being a badass.
Alright, can I give back that blip and say that was everything happening down and to the left?
I did.
Fantastic.
I was going to say the lightning bolt, the lightning wand of lightning with the cone of water. I kind of like that.
I also feel that, that Mahogany deserved another blip for badass because he did a lot of
Can I make a case for myself of giving the middle finger to two area effect spells? Thanks, evasion. But if you want to continue the experience on Mahogany, that's fine.
We give one blip for intangibles for whatever reason you want to. The little things that do not have definitions.
I like the soup kitchen. I thought that was.
I
really
like the
good.
soup kitchen as well.
Yeah.
Although I will point out that there's no way we were smelling soup in there, because when you smell things, it's small particles, and if you can't have soup, you can't smell soup.
It's magic. It's limbo.
It's magic. Yeah.
What are you worried about?
Oh, I just assumed Cyclone was or Liberation was a little bit.
See, what I'm picturing now is that he just has like a little pouch of soup to remind him of home, and he was just spraying it in the air.
I also want to
But
give just an in general award to the group, because I doubt anywhere in the years 5th edition has been out, a group has made as many intelligence checks in one session as has happened tonight.
Dump
I was
set,
really
yo.
enjoying when I found out that I actually had intelligence like proficiency for saves, and then the very next save you made me make was a charisma save, and I was just like, oh, come on.
Sorry. Let's do some belief rundown before I tally up the straw poll. Who wants to go first?
I'll do
Okay.
it because mine's mostly
Riots.
down the line. Yeah. What was mine? I gotta find it again. Laws are best followed in a manner that demonstrates their absurdity. I get the feeling there's not going to be a lot of laws to follow here on Limbo, so it's just not going to come up.
No, no, and no.
Yeah, no, and no.
That was easy. Who's next?
I'll go.
Mahogany.
Yeah.
And what is your belief?
Everything has a perfect state of being, and some cannot be tolerated.
And did Mahogany live that belief?
I lived almost to the word that belief, because I was just trying to figure out those fire monkeys every single way I could, and then eventually ran out of options. It just went, kill him.
Destil, have you identified the actual monsters you were fighting?
I don't know the monkeys. I know the demon, obviously, or devil.
Yeah, the demons were dretches.
Oh, okay, that
Small
makes sense.
little monkey-faced assholes.
Okay.
Mahogany, learn anything new about his beliefs?
No,
And are they changing?
no.
Who's next?
I'll go next.
Liberation. What's Liberation's belief?
It is. It's not enough to go for the quick fix. I had to solve the problem.
And did he live that solution this week?
He tried to, but it just wasn't practical at this point because he was trying to go because it was clear that this guy, or at least whoever was manipulating him, was the real problem,
Mm-hmm.
and it just wasn't practical for him to go at it.
Okay. Learn anything new about his beliefs?
I'm gonna say no, but it is gonna change a little bit.
Are they
Can
changing?
I bring something up real quick? That references your second belief. Did you learn anything new? When the guy was hurt and he had the bolt sticking through him, you were like, we need to heal this guy now, and Serenity was actually the one trying to get to the heart of the problem. Did that make you reconsider anything?
Yeah, I would say so.
So are Liberation's beliefs changing?
No.
Okay. Who's next?
I'll go next.
Serenity. What's Serenity's belief?
By my actions, I will make the multiverse a better place.
And did that happen?
Yeah, she's pretty sure it's a little bit better. One less tortured, apparently able to craft the Royal and Chaos of Limbo being used as a human ship for some asshole with some delicious-looking uncracked lobster claws to drive around.
Learn anything new about her beliefs?
Nope.
And are they changing?
Nope.
Has her beliefs ever changed?
She changed her goals, but I don't think her beliefs have ever
Right,
changed.
you changed some bonds at one point, yeah.
Yeah, bonds and goals, but she's never actually changed her beliefs, no.
And Kelian.
What's up?
What's Kelian's belief?
Best outcome is what benefits me or the party the most, directly proportional to the party's well-being.
Can I make a suggestion?
Fire away.
I feel like Kelian's new belief should be, I believe that my crossbow is cursed. Have you considered that?
What are you talking about? I landed almost every shot tonight.
Did Kelian live those beliefs this session?
It didn't really come up.
And learn anything new?
Nah.
And are they changing?
Nah.
Serenity and Mahogany, I've got one belief point for each of you. I'm going to check the straw poll here.
I really like the idea of Kelian, like, every single time he should make a shot and he doesn't, he's like, what the fuck? This is completely preposterous. This crossbow is rigged. But when he really shouldn't make a shot and he does, he's just like, yeah, I earned that.
All right, Riot. You've got the creative blip. Blips are worth 800 at the moment. Liberation. You've got your intangibles blip, and then one for the the blog. Mahogany has an amazing 4 blips coming his way.
See, I don't know why you're rewarding Mahogany, because he's the one who messed.
Wait, what's the 4th?
He's got badass. He's got assists. He's got the straw poll blip. I gave you your flaw blip. The flaw is I can't be trusted to act on my own, and I should do what people tell me. Mahogany acted on his own this session and immediately started receiving an amazing beatdown from gorilla monsters.
Yes, that's exactly what I was thinking. But I don't know why you're rewarding him for doing that.
Because you get your flaw blip if your flaw gets you into trouble. If you act in a way that your flaw has defined you and it causes danger for you. For example, Liberation says I never enter a room without backup. He's played that very safe all session.
Yeah.
If he had decided to jump forward and go in without backup and then got his face pushed in, that's when I award that flaw blip.
Okay.
Like Riot says, I don't trust anyone but me not to fuck everything up. That flaw didn't come into play this session, right? It never created a problem for her.
No, it actually did. It created a problem for me because she wouldn't go into the front of the thing. She's like, "No, using my sigil."
I think you created that problem.
I did resist him trying to pull me along though.
That's true. I can see rewarding Riot the blip for that point.
I think Riot should get the blip because,
all right,
man,
that's
was
fine.
I like, fuck your flaw, Riot.
Nobody gets an alignment or a faction blip, though. Nobody played their alignment or faction even remotely correctly this session. What's wrong with all of you? No, it just didn't come into play. Oh, it felt good to get some like big-ass combat in there for a little while after 2 sessions of just really boring talkie-talkie that was putting everybody to sleep.